we get a private party championship victory celebration. Took a little bit of our idea, so thanks for listening, AEW.
A little bit, but they need to ramp it up. There needs to be 20 plus people partying every time we see these dudes.
We need, like, the best way that I was going to describe what they need as far as an energy level is the Rosebuds.
Yeah.
Remember how
I think we said this, a much cooler Rosebuds, right? Like, not just everybody's in weird Mardi Gras costumes, but, like, you know what I mean? Posse, right? Entourage, if you will.
Well, it could be different people at every city.
Yeah.
But it's
yeah, that's what I mean. It needs to be an 20 plus, I feel like. It needs to feel like an actual party. If I was like, what's going on in there, right? Mm-hmm. When I see 6-8 people hanging around, I'm not.
Yeah.
That's a meeting, man.
Yeah.
That's not.
And again, just small little details that I think would have made the segment better. Have the girls in this case already there. Don't walk with them and then we just get behind a red carpet. Have the party there, and then private party walks in and he's like, yeah, you're in here. And then when XYZ person tries to get in, you can't come in, right? That's what I think would make it better. But I digress. It was still cool to do a private party celebration. Now,
another thing we could get with them is seeing them getting into a bunch of things that others can't, right? Like, let's say there's some other AEW wrestlers trying to get into like this nightclub, and they're like, nah, you ain't on the list. And private party walks up, and they don't even look at the list. They just kind of do a cool hand slap, you know what I mean? And walk in, they're like, what? They're on the list? And they're like, you know what I mean? I'm like, it doesn't matter if they're on the list. You ain't on the list.
Yeah, easily you could have done that, or you still could do that with like the Undisputed Kingdom if they're in line to get into the club.
Yes.
Look, hey, and then private party.
Yes, like, that would expose the differences in what cool means to people,
exactly.
right? Because like they'd be like, we're the Undisputed Kingdom, Adam Cole, baby, and they're like, you are not getting in this club. And then private party walks on like nerds, and just see ya. Seems easy.
Yeah, that would be fun. But here we go. We get this championship celebration. They're talking their trash, right? Not trash, but they're
but this
talking
fit. I like this. Yeah.
Yeah. They said that they went into Charlotte as champs. They left Charlotte as champs. And how about we celebrate? Oh,
didn't they also say like we're the first to simultaneously defend on TBS?
Hey, they were.
Good. Good line.
Yeah. So they start saying the next thing that we're going to do on the celebration is, then the Hurt Syndicate's music hits. Somebody's about to die. I love that part. The part in the song where I'm like, oh, is when West Side Gun goes, somebody's about to die. And you're like, oh they are. People. Yeah. And MVP's like, hey, we want a party. And Zay's like, oh, they're cool. Let them in. Right. So then they walk in. I was wondering, time out real quick. I was wondering if the security guard was going to like go chest to chest with like
right, MVP, like not allow them in. Like this is a private party over here.
Right.
Right.
I was wondering what his role was going to be, because he could have, right? You could have been like, no. And then
because private party could have even been like, no, you guys are a little underdressed. Right? And so they're like, excuse me, what the fuck?
Right.
Yeah.
But so they get in. MVP's like, hey, we want a party. And MVP then goes, hey, let's do a toast. And so they all get the fucking shots or whatever, right? And he goes, to the defending tag team champs, and to Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, to the Hurt Syndicate. And then Bobby Lashley misses the microphone. It's kind of like this. He kind of is like, and then we're going to take the titles. Like, it wasn't, but it wouldn't. He goes, we're going to take the tag team titles. Zay and Quinn are like, huh? What?
Yeah.
What?
Like, why?
And
why would you do that?
And then Bobby Lashley, being the coolest guy in the room, was like, all right, well, now I got to go beat someone up. So before we get into the match, what'd you make of Hurt Syndicate says we want them titles?
One thing that stuck out to me, and I think I said this on the Blue Sky, is that fucking MVP is the smoothest motherfucker around, isn't he? Like, that dude is just slick. Like, he's just, like, when I think of the word smooth, right? Like, MVP he's just always smooth, right? Like, he's not getting too rustled, right? But he's always got a plan. He's got some shit going. And I love the character, right? I love it a lot. And I like how you could tell, right? Like, They weren't in on it yet, but we all knew like MVP's about to shit all over this party. And he's just hanging on every word. Love that. I like that. I mean, look, Bobby Lashley, I feel like is a main event player, right? And you can use him in that role whenever you need to. But if you're not planning on doing that now, then yeah, why not have him and Shelton Benjamin wrecking tag teams?
Yeah, so I think one, it's great that the Hurt Syndicate finally has direction, because after Swerve Strickland, they were kind of just hanging out, right? Like, right. So now, hey, we have a mission statement. It's this. We're going to do that. 2, if you want to put the belts on the Hurt Syndicate, I mean, right? Again, another
too, right?
Yeah, like another great looking getting off the bus, right? Like, boom. 3, I think will help Private Party, because now they can be the true underdogs. Because look at Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley. They can play, because like when you're the underdogs against the Young Bucks or the EVPs, it's more of a history status thing. We've accomplished this, so you can't do that, right?
Right.
But when it's we're bigger than you, anyone can be like, oh yeah, no, Bobby Lashley is going to kill these 2 guys, right? So that I think helps Private Party's underdog kind of thing. And then last thing I'll say is, assuming that the Hurt Syndicate win the championship titles, man, you do Hurt Syndicate versus the remaining members of House of Black. You do Hurt Syndicate versus Murder Machine. You do the Hurt Syndicate versus Private Party. You do the Hurt Syndicate versus the returning EVPs. I mean, you got a tag team division.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I like that.